I have so many emotions going through me. Like, I don't even know how to begin to process them. I was coming upstairs to work on a little felt guy. Winston has loved Brawl stars, and I looked online and couldn't find any to buy. He had saved some money and wanted to get, I think like a plush, like a stuffed little guy. And we did find one on Amazon and we ordered it, but it won't be here for like a month or something. But then I couldn't find any others. So I thought I could make some out of felt, and I did that yesterday. Here are some pictures. It is a Leon. I think that he's adorable. Winston had showed him to me the night before, so I was like, I'm gonna surprise him with the little Leon. And then he showed me another guy that he wanted, and I think his name is like Squeak or something like that. I need to Google it, but I was gonna come up here and do that. I mean, I am up here and I am still gonna do that. And I was gonna talk about just how life is so great and wonderful and also so hard, and how sometimes things just feel really heavy, and most days are so great, and I'm so happy and I'm grateful. And I think about how fortunate I am to live this life that I'm living, and I am really, really grateful. And some days it's really hard and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. And honestly, the thing that's been the hardest lately is parenting. And I don't know, I just feel like parenting is such an up and down cycle of feeling like you get something figured out and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, you don't know what you're doing again. And a part of me feels like, well, yeah, because my kids are going through different stages, but it's not even that. It's just, you know, sometimes we're not communicating properly, we're not on the same page, everyone's emotions are different, and I'm always trying to put myself in my kids' place to try to understand where they're coming from. And teenagers do have so much going on, and I can't imagine growing up with social media and having phones, and I watched them just nonstop sending pictures and text messages, and it just doesn't stop, and I can't imagine. And those things affect our kids, of course. Like, of course it does. I don't feel like I have made it known that I expect to be respected. I just always felt like that was just kind of like a normal thing, like kids respect their parents. I had a lot of respect for my parents, and that's not to say that I was perfect or I didn't make mistakes and I didn't say things I shouldn't, but I treated them with respect, I feel like, for the most part. And maybe I can't remember. I so badly want to have open communication with my kids. If I get upset about something, I always explain why, and I always want to have those conversations so that my kids understand, like, maybe your action wasn't right. I want to talk about that and why and where I was coming from, you know, just so we're on the same page. But then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have been explaining myself. You know, maybe that's left them feeling confused, like, well, if she gets mad at us, it's not that big of a deal because she'll, you know, go easy on us, or I don't know. So I've been feeling that way, and that could be a longer conversation. I feel like this is going to be a super talky vlog. I apologize. I feel like I've had a lot of super talky vlogs. I'm going to be showing like the felting process. Hopefully I'm just moving right along with this little Squeak character, or whatever his name is. I obviously have talked nonstop about wanting to do a podcast with Brayley, and I do so badly because I just feel like parents and children are disconnected in so many ways. And even when you feel like you're communicating, maybe you're not. I don't know. But then stuff like this happens and I'm like, who am I to do a podcast? Who am I to like give any sort of advice? And not that I feel like that's what the podcast would be, but I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't feel like I am the one that should be talking about parenting when I clearly don't think I know what I'm doing. And I've had this conversation with Casey so many times, because of course then that fills me with doubt and it makes it so that I don't move forward with the podcast. And he has said, well, maybe that's when you should be talking about it. Maybe that's when you should be having those conversations. And I agree. I think so many times from the outside looking in, we see these like beautiful parent-child relationships when there's really so much more to them. Of course, just like every relationship, just like life in general, there's so much more when you're on the outside looking in. I do think those conversations need to happen. but it's so hard. Seriously, it's just been kind of the cycle with me and Braylee where things are so good and we're pumped and we're like, yeah, let's do the podcast, and then something will happen and it just throws us off. And I do want it to be a very real conversation. It's just, gosh dang, it's hard. It's hard to be a parent and it's hard to be a kid, which is exactly why I want to do the podcast, which is exactly why it's really hard too. So that's just been heavy on my heart lately. And you know, like I said, over the past few months, it's just been hard to vlog when there's heavy things happening. And you know, I still want to show like happy times and I still want to talk about things that are going on, but it's harder now because I want just everything to be more real and honest, and it's scary, I guess. Hey.
Hey mom, hey mom, hey mom, hey mom, hey mom, hey mom.
Are you serious?
Hey mom, hey mom, hey mom, hey mom, hey mom, hi.
What? Did you want to ask me something?
No, just hi.
Hi. Okay, you guys go clean up, because what are we going to watch tonight?
Space Jam!
All right. We're going to watch a new Space Jam.
Yeah, a Space Jam!
Careful, yeah. So they have to clean up, though, because they have some messes.
Do we have to clean up the room?
Yeah.
Is this room?
Yep. Everything needs to be cleaned up. And hey, guess what? If you just quickly get it done, it will be done, and we'll be watching Space Jam before you know it. We'll get some dinner. It's going to be a wild and crazy Friday night here. Okay, go get that done. Everything needs to be cleaned up.
Mom, this much?
Yeah. I'll come and check it in a minute.
This much?
Go work on it.
This much how I need to clean up, Mom?
Clean up all the toys. You don't even have very many messes out, so it's fine.
Yes, I do.
It will be fast. Okay, go do it. Go
Mom,
get it done.
just my toy, not my clothes.
Yes, your clothes. Everything off of the floor. But you don't have to like make your bed. I am going to do that later. Okay? I mentioned in the last vlog that Casey and Gage are gone to Alaska. They should be home in a couple days. Braylee went with a friend to go and stay in their cabin for a couple of days. So it's just been me and the little kids, and it's so weird. It's a lot of like little bits, but it's just so quiet, and I don't know, it's so strange. It just makes me realize like it's not going to be that long until I have only 3 kids at home, and then I'm going to have only 2 kids. Oh, that part of parenting is just like, I cannot wrap my brain around it. Anyways, we're gonna watch Space Jam. I was getting on my laptop to see if it was on HBO Max, and I opened my laptop and YouTube was on, and the first thing that I saw was Kel's coming out story, part 1. And I just started bawling. I haven't even watched it yet. So that's what I'm actually gonna sit up here and do while I'm felting, is watch the video. Hi, Rosie. With Rosie. Keeps like trying to move my hand. Just a minute, I'll scratch your belly. It made me so emotional, and I just started bawling when I saw it, and I clicked on it, and then I was like, okay, I need to like slow my heart down, because I feel so happy and I feel so proud of her. I know that she's wanted to share her story for a long time, and everyone's stories are complicated, and I know that she has so many things that she wants to share. It's just hard. It's right. It's hard to share our stories, and Markel is so kind and thoughtful. She is someone who thinks of everything and everyone's feelings, and we talked about this the last time she was here, and I was like, I understand that, but like your truth is important and your story is important, and you know, sometimes we have to stop putting other people's feelings before our own. And that's really hard. And so I'm just so proud of her. I mean, I don't even have the words. When I saw the thumbnail, I thought of, you know, when I first found out and when we first talked about it. And I feel so overwhelmed with the feeling that I wish so badly that I could have showed up for her as the person that I am now. With the understanding that I have now. Because when she told me, it didn't change anything about how I felt about her. I love Markel like she is my own child. And I'm really grateful because at the time we had gotten really close. We're 8 years apart, and so we weren't super close growing up, but at the time she had started babysitting for me, and so we were spending a lot of time together, and it was so great to get to know her and to become so close. And so I don't know, I just hope that it will be, I hope that it will be healing and happy and just so good for her. And when I first found out, I didn't know Jess, and you know, they were so young and there was so much going on that I did try to get to know her, but because there was so much going on, I didn't feel like there was ever really an opportunity to get to really know her. When I got to know Jess, I was just like, good job, Markel. You did so good. Jess is so amazing, and I love her like my own sister. And I wish that I would have known Jess also at that time, because then it would have been just another reason to be like, you're gonna be okay. Like, you guys are so strong. You two together will change the world and just make everything better. And the love and understanding that they have shown to everyone through all of this, I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm so thankful that they have shown me kindness and love and understanding, because I know that I couldn't show up like I wish that I could have at the time. And they were just understanding of that. And they have just shown everyone so much understanding. So, and honestly, they're the greatest couple. My kids always talk about how they want to have a relationship like theirs. They spend a lot of time with my family, so they get to see their dynamic and how happy they are with each other. And they're such good examples to my kids. And I can't imagine not having them in their lives. And I'm just so grateful to them. I don't know. Makes me happy. And they'll be getting married soon. So many happy things happening for them. But anyways, I'm gonna start felting, watch the video, and we're hopefully watching Space Jam. We'll see if the kids clean. I don't know. It's not sounding like cleaning's happening.
Don't give up.